by the power of Grayskull.
Hello, this is just a quick review for PacMan World Repack, I think it's called. It's free to download this month on PS Plus Essentials. And to be fair, I was a bit disappointed because when I downloaded it, I thought it was going to be like the classic Pac-Man. That's what I was in the mood for, and I thought, oh great, good old Pac-Man. And then when I put it on, it's more like Crash Bandicoot, I would say, or something like that, where it's more of a platform game. They've like turned it on the head and basically just used Pac-Man and the ghosts and collecting the yellow dots. But you could take all that away and it would just be like a normal platforming game for kids kind of thing. So it's not shit, but it's not amazing. But for free, I mean, I can't complain at all. So it's worth playing. I mean, it's one of those games where there's lots to collect. The enemies obviously get increasingly harder, but you just have to time it. That's what these games are about, absolutely, like timing it. Jumping from platform to platform. Anyone who's played platform games in the past knows how much of a nightmare sometimes it can be just to jump from one platform to the next. I mean, it's all about precision and just being able to control the character, like accurately. It comes down to skill. It's not just about knowing what to do, which is what a lot of games are. So in that respect, it takes it back to like the old classic age of gaming where the graphics didn't really matter. It was all about the gameplay and how could you best the game. It's like easy to control but difficult to master. That's like the perfect recipe for a longevity on a game. But that in mind, it's not so hard where you can't do it, and it's not so easy where you think, oh, this is a waste of time, or you lose interest straight away. But I've only played it for, I think, about an hour, and then, just to get some footage. But as you can see, you collect those silver like balls, and it turns you into pure metal, so you can sink to the bottom of the water and collect things. If there's chests and stuff, you've got to collect those. And then I think they're checkpoints. Yeah, they're the checkpoints, and you can tell them at the beginning of the game because it's literally still giving us these little tutorial hints. There, it's like Sonic in that respect. I think they've just took a lot of, they've taken a lot of like inspiration from other games just to make a good old platform game, but under the licensing of Pac-Man, which is a good recipe, really, if you think about it. It's that kind of recipe that's just guaranteed. You're not bringing anything new to the market. There's no innovation to the game industry, but you're bringing out a game that people will want to play. Whether they want to spend money on it is a different thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine them wanting to spend anything more than like nowadays anything more than a tenner for this. But they no doubtedly put this on the market for probably between 20 and 30 quid when it first came out, and you would be really disappointed you're paying like top dollar for this, and you realize, oh, it's just like a shit platforming game. But if you've got kids or maybe like teenagers, like 12-year-olds or somebody who might still want to play this, who have actually got the dexterity to play it, because younger kids can't really press like multiple button combinations, and like I said before, this game's all about timing, so you've got to be good at knowing when to press the button and when not to, and stuff like that. So it's not exactly a walk in the park, but I don't think little kids would suit it. Obviously they'll be able to watch and stuff like that, but I think as an adult when you play it, it's just one of those games where you know what to do straight away, and you can just basically, fly through the game, do a speed run. You're not bothered about collecting everything. You're not bothered about die in or out. Like obviously here I'm testing out the buttons. Um, I thought I had a double jump, but you don't. But yeah, so it's one of those games where it's worth playing, but it's nothing to write home about. And because it's free, that's the only redeeming quality. I think really it's because it's free and you haven't paid anything for it, then you don't really feel as gypped, because you're not paying like anything to play the shit experience. The disappointment comes without a cost. And then this is a part of it as well, where at the end of every level, you cash in the points or the little yellow like dots that you've collected, and you can play this fruit machine. I was trying to get 3 in a row, but it's really hard. It's like as soon as you see, like your brain, you're gonna have to preempt it. As soon as you see the say cherries, you see it, but even if you press it as soon as you see it, it always clicks one below what you want. So you'd basically have to just watch it for a while and learn the sequence so you knew exactly when it was coming, and then maybe 2 before or 1 before you press it so it falls onto the one that you want. So this is again, they're just using Pac-Man license, and there's nothing really here that goes back to being Pac-Man. This is just a fun thing they've just stuck in there to keep it interesting. And then you go back to like a main level like this, and it opens up the next level, and you just go into the little portal thing, and it takes you to the next area. I don't know how many levels is actually on the game. I haven't bothered to find out. Like I said, I've only played it for about an hour. But you see the letters underneath Pac-Man, you've got to collect those as well. The little cheese wheel at the top's your lives. Obviously the count at the bottom is your little balls. I don't know what they're called. I think they've got a proper name, but I forgot. And then you've got your score. But it's, like I said, you can imagine like what kind of game it's going to be. And I suppose it's always good just to have in your library, obviously, but just to have it like maybe downloaded, because I don't even think it's that big of a game. I think it's only maybe 6 or 7 gig. I've downloaded the PS5 version, so it's slightly bigger than the normal PS4 version, but it's not a very big file, so you could maybe keep it on your hard drive, and just play it whenever you're bored, or if you've got 20 minutes to waste before you have to go out or something like that, and you're just sitting with nothing to do, you think, I'll just stick Pac-Man on for a bit and just have a little blast of that. But if you're a fan of Pac-Man, I suppose it's worth playing as well. If you're a fan of the old school arcade, then that's worth playing. But I don't know, it's an average game, and it's quite like mediocre. But like I said, for free, you can't really grumble at that. But I'm surprised, because I've never heard of it basically since until I knew I could download it for free. But it's not like I've heard of any Pac-Man platforming games. Whenever you think of Pac-Man, you just think of the arcade classic. So they haven't really marketed this very well, unless I just missed it and they did a good job or whatever. But I suppose who's this aimed at? This is aimed at people who like platforming games, or people who are younger, you know what I mean? So maybe I just didn't see it because I'm not the demographic, so that I'm not seeing the advertisements. But either way, it's free, it's worth downloading, it's not exactly hard, and it's free this month, so you may as well put it on your library. You've got nothing to lose, really. So that's it. See you later.